Every time you take a shower or run your sink, perfectly usable water goes straight down the drain. That water, called graywater, can often be reused to irrigate your gardens or landscapes. It's an incredible resource that most of us just let slip away. Think about it, hundreds of gallons a week, just gone. What if you could reclaim that water and use it to create a lush, green oasis in your own backyard, even during a drought? In this video, we're going to dive deep into the world of graywater. We'll explain exactly what it is, explore how simple DIY systems work, go over some critical safety rules and legal considerations, and even show you some super simple setups you can build at home this weekend. By the end, you'll have all the knowledge you need to start recycling your water and making a real difference. So, what exactly is graywater? Let's break it down. In a nutshell, graywater is the gently used water from your showers, your bathroom sinks, and your washing machine. It's the water that's gone through one cycle of use but isn't heavily contaminated. This is completely different from what we call blackwater. Blackwater is the wastewater from your toilet, and it contains human waste which requires full professional treatment before it can be safely released back into the environment. So, to be crystal clear, we are never ever using toilet water. Graywater, on the other hand, might contain soap, shampoo, dirt, and lint, but it's still clean enough for certain outdoor uses, especially watering plants. The key is understanding this distinction. The water from your kitchen sink is sometimes considered a bit of a gray area, pardon the pun. It can contain grease, fats, and food particles, which can clog systems and attract pests. So for beginners, it's best to stick with water from the bathroom and laundry. This is the low-hanging fruit of water recycling, and it's surprisingly easy to tap into. We're talking about a resource that's consistently generated in your home every single day, just waiting to be repurposed. Now, you might be asking, why should I even bother reusing graywater? The benefits are huge, and they go way beyond just watering your plants. First and foremost, reusing graywater can dramatically cut your household's overall water consumption. For an average family, this can mean saving thousands of gallons of fresh, potable water every single year. This not only lightens the load on your local water supply, but also significantly reduces your utility bills. Who doesn't want to save a little money? Beyond your own wallet, it has a community-wide impact. By diverting graywater from the sewer, you're reducing the strain on municipal wastewater treatment systems. These systems are expensive to run and maintain, so every gallon you divert helps. But perhaps the most immediate and satisfying benefit is for your garden. In drought-prone areas where watering restrictions are common, a graywater system can be a lifesaver for your landscape. It provides a consistent, reliable source of irrigation, keeping your trees, shrubs, and ornamental plants alive and thriving, even when the weather is dry. Your garden gets the water it needs, and you get the peace of mind knowing you're using resources wisely. It's a powerful way to build resilience into your home and landscape, making you less dependent on external systems and more in tune with the natural cycles of water. It's a win for your wallet, a win for your community, and a huge win for your garden. All right, let's get into the fun stuff, the different types of simple DIY systems you can set up at home. There are several beginner-friendly options, and we'll start with the easiest. First up is the laundry tool landscape system. This is by far the most popular and straightforward method. It involves redirecting the drain hose from your washing machine directly out to your garden. With a simple diverter valve, you can choose to send the water to the sewer like normal, or send it outside to irrigate your plants through a network of pipes. It requires no pumps and no major plumbing changes. Next, we have shower diversion hoses. This is another really simple, low-tech solution. You can install a diverter that lets you send your shower water into a storage bucket or directly outside through a hose, while you wait for the water to heat up or even capture the water from your entire shower. For more integrated setups, there's the branched drain system. This is a bit more involved, as it taps into your home's existing drain plumbing, usually under a sink or shower. It splits the graywater flow into multiple smaller pipes that distribute the water evenly across a larger landscape area, all using gravity. No pumps needed here either. Finally, if you need to move water uphill or over a longer distance, you might consider a pump-assisted system. This involves a small sump pump in a surge tank that collects the graywater and then pushes it out to your irrigation lines when it reaches a certain level. Each of these systems has its own level of complexity and cost, but laundry to landscape is the perfect starting point for any DIY enthusiast. Before you grab your tools, we need to talk about safety and legal stuff. This part is super important. First, gray water should be used quickly, ideally within 24 hours. You should never store it for long periods in an open container, as it can start to grow bacteria and smell bad. The goal is to get it into the ground and let the soil do the filtering. Second, avoid spraying gray water. You don't want to aerosolize it and potentially inhale any pathogens. Instead, always apply it directly to the soil, never onto the leafy greens or edible parts of your plants. That's why we use mulch basins shallow. Another key rule is to use plant-friendly, biodegradable soaps and detergents. Avoid products with bleach, boron, and high levels of salt, as these can harm your plants and soil over time. Finally, and this is crucial, check your local building codes and regulations before you install anything. Some areas have very specific rules about graywater systems, while others are more lenient. A quick call to your local planning or building department can save you a lot of headaches down the line. Following these simple rules ensures your system is safe, effective, and good for your garden. So, what kind of gear will you actually need to build one of these systems? For a basic laundry tool landscape setup, the shopping list is surprisingly short and affordable. The most important component is a 3-way diverter valve. This allows you to easily switch the water flow between your sewer line and your new irrigation system. You'll also need some PVC piping, usually 1 inch or 1.5 inch diameter, to carry the water from the valve to your yard. To prevent your pipes from getting clogged, you'll want a filter or a simple lint trap to catch hair and debris before it leaves the house. Out in the garden, your pipes will feed into what are called mulch basins. These are just shallow trenches or holes filled with wood chips that help distribute the water evenly and let it soak into the soil. You'll also need various hose connectors, clamps, and maybe some PVC glue to put it all together. The beauty of these simple systems is that they don't require expensive, specialized parts. You can find everything you need at your local hardware store. To make it even easier for you, I've put together a list of recommended parts and tools with links in the video description below. Once your system is up and running, a little bit of maintenance will keep it working smoothly for years. It's not a set-to-tan-forgetsy deal, but it's very manageable. The most common task is cleaning your filters. Depending on how much you use it, you'll need to check your lint trap or filter every few weeks to every couple of months to clear out any buildup of lint, hair, and soap scum. A clogged filter is the #1 cause of system failure. Another common mistake is overloading one area with too much water. It's important to rotate your watering areas or have a branched system that distributes the water evenly. This prevents any single spot from becoming waterlogged, which can starve plant roots of oxygen. Also, pay attention to your senses. If you start to notice any sour or unpleasant odors, that's a sign that something is wrong. It usually means water is pooling somewhere and not soaking in properly, or your soil is overloaded. Just remember, clean filters, spread the water around, and watch for any warning signs. With a little bit of attention, your gray water system will be a reliable and trouble-free asset for your home. So, there you have it. Gray water reuse is hands down one of the most impactful and accessible water-saving projects you can do at home. It's a practical skill that connects you more deeply to your home's resources and empowers you to create a more sustainable and resilient household. You're not just saving water, you're actively participating in a cycle that benefits your garden, your community, and your planet. If you found this video helpful and are ready to take on more projects like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our future videos on sustainable home systems. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.